Welcome back to the channel everyone, I hope you're having a really good day. So today we're going to jump into the Fusion Festival and I'm going to showcase you one of my favorite Fusion decks of all time. And I know you want to know what that tier 0 deck is that's going to get you all the medals for the gems and tickets that you want. And I'm going to be honest with you, this deck is definitely not tier 0, it's not even tier 1, I don't even think it was tier 1 when it came out, it's possibly tier 2. But before we get into that, I would really appreciate if you could subscribe to the channel. If you don't want to subscribe, that is fine. If you could just comment down below what you would like to see from the channel in the future and we'll do our best to make that happen. So before we get into this, can you guess in the comments below what deck this is going to be? It's very different, it's completely different from what everyone's using. I don't think I've ever seen anyone use this deck. So here we are, it is none other than our Ritual Beast deck, of course. Now, I did showcase this a little bit in my previous video. If you haven't watched it, I would definitely check it out. With that being said though, let's jump into the deck profile, okay? So the main goal behind our Ritual Beast deck is to special summon none other than our 5-headed dragon. This card is absolutely terrible and you'll never want to summon it, it's just god awful. But it is in our deck for moral support, just like our World Chalice God Dragon avatar. It helps us whenever things are looking bleak. You just look at this card and you instantly feel motivated. It's actual facts, don't hate me. Okay, so the real goal behind our Ritual Beast deck is to use our Ritual Beast Tama monsters and our Spiritual Beast monsters to contact fuse into our fusion monsters, and then in hopes that your opponent is wowed and just scoops, because I'm gonna be honest, like I said, it's a tier 2 deck at best. It's not that strong, but it is a lot of fun. You have so many great combos with this deck. So I'm gonna go ahead and explain all the cards and all the combos, and then I'm gonna jump into some duels so you can see it in action. So starting off, we have our Ritual Beast Tamalora. Now when Tamalora is normal summoned, she runs away. Yeah, when she's normal summoned, she runs away. That is why I only play one, because she's very unloyal. Yeah, she's unloyal. Okay, so what Tamalora actually does when she's normal summoned is she targets one Ritual Beast monster in your graveyard and you can special summon it. Now it's important to note all of the Ritual Beast cards have the clause where they can only be special summoned once per turn, so it is really important you remember that when you do your combos. Next is our Ritual Beast Tama Elder. Now when Tama Elder is normal summoned, you can normal summon one Ritual Beast in addition to your normal summoner set this turn. So this is a really important card because it normal summons the monster, it does not special summon it, so it doesn't go towards its condition of being special summoned once per turn. Its other really nifty thing is you cannot imperm this, you can't effect veiler this. The effect resolves immediately after its normal summon, so to negate this effect you would have to have something already in place, such as skill drain or a monster that has the effect similar to skill drain. So if your opponent does try to negate this like that, remember you can still normal summon, you can play around it, don't be tempted to scoop. Next is our Ritual Beast Tama Wen. Now when she is normal summoned, you can target one of your banished Ritual Beast monsters and special summon it. Next is our Ritual Beast Tama Zephram Palakaligulugila. Yep, not going to pronounce that because I cannot, but she is basically the same as Laura. She can normal summon her and then you can special summon one Ritual Beast from grave. She's there for the different name. Again, they can only be special summoned once per turn, so different names is good. Next is our Ash Blossom. You always need Ash Blossom, every deck does. Now we can move on to our Spiritual Beasts. Starting off with our strongest Spiritual Beast, we have 2 copies of Spiritual Beast Apelio. Now he is the strongest, but he is definitely not the best. His effect is once per turn during either player's turn you can banish a Ritual Beast card from your graveyard, and for the rest of this turn all Ritual Beast monsters gain 500 attack and defense. Now it's good to know it is a soft once per turn, so at the start of the turn you can use this effect and then you can contact fuse into something and then defuse, and you can use this effect again for a grand total of 1000. It's a good way of making Ulti Guy Apelio a 4.2k Omni negate that's not once per turn. Next we have our Petalfin. He has 0 attack, so you know his effect is good. Well, it's not, it's trash. You can banish one Ritual Beast from your hand and then return one card on the field back to the hand. And then we have our main card of the deck. Now this is the best card of the deck by far. It is a Gold Sarcophagus. You can banish one of your Ritual Beast cards from your deck. Now remember, it's card, not monster, so you can banish any Ritual Beast card from your deck, and then during your second standby phase you can add it back to your hand, which you're never going to get to that part. You just want to banish the material so you can use it for fusing. And then we have our second most important card, which is our Spiritual Beast Rampengu. Now this is a very controversial pick because a lot of people only play 1. I like to pick 3 because it's really consistent. So you'll want to send one monster from your extra deck to your graveyard, and then you can banish one monster from your deck that has the same attribute as the monster you sent to the graveyard from your extra deck. Really strong. It helps a ton with your combo plays, and of course it is 1/6 attack. Boost with Apelio, it can go over 2k, so it could be a good beat stick. Then we have our Spiritual Beast Tama Winda. Now this is probably the most important card of the deck, so really strong card. It basically is a Spiritual Beast Tamer and a Spiritual Beast monster at the same time, so you can use it for fusion of any of the monsters. And also when it's destroyed by your opponent's card effect or by battle, you can special summon any monster from your deck or your extra deck, ignoring its summoning conditions. So yeah, very busted. Now we have our the Wind Channeler. Now this card you can discard to get any of your Wind monsters. You're going to use this to either add a Elder or a Cannonhawk for your start plays. And then we have my nice little tech choice is Tempest, the Dragon Ruler of Storms. You really want your stuff banished, so to banish your Spiritual Beast monsters is just strong, and then you have a 2.4k beat stick. Raigeki, Hobby's Feather Duster, Gold Sock because it helps your starting plays. You can Gold Sock something and then you can use Tama Wen to special summon it. Then we have Lightning Storm. We have One Dimensional Fissure because it's all we are allowed. We got 2 Emergency Teleport. We can special summon any of our Tamas for this except for Tama Wind. Then we have our Ritual Beast Bond. A lot of people don't play this, but I do think it's a very cool card, and of course you can search all of these cards, so you don't need to play more than one. You can banish 2 Ritual Beast monsters you control, and then you can special summon 1 Ritual Beast monster from your extra deck, ignoring its summoning conditions, so you can special summon any of your extra deck monsters. Bear in mind, if you use it to special summon your ulti guy Apelio, it does not gain the Omni Negate effect. That's only when it's special summoned using your Ritual Beast Tama, Spiritual Beast and Ritual Beast ulti monster. Then we have our Ritual Beast Return. Now this is a tech choice. I've only added this in because the fusion event really limits the cards you can use, such as Macros Cosmos, Day Fisher, etc. So you can banish 1 Ritual Beast monster from your hand, and then you can target one of your Ritual Beast monsters that's banished, and you can... Why do these cards keep running away from me, man? Okay, so you can target one of your Ritual Beast monsters that is banished and special summon it. Next we have our most important trap card is Ritual Beast Steed. So this is the card you're always going to search. By the end of turn 1 you want 2 of these set, and it is basically a non-targeted destruction up to the amount of Ritual Beast monsters you control. It's insanely strong. When your opponent tries to set up boards, it's so interruptive, it's just too strong. You'll see in the duels, but this card is just really strong. Then we have 2 of our Ritual Beast Ambush. So you can target one of your Ritual Beast Tama monsters and one of your Spiritual Beast monsters that are banished and or in your grave. You can special summon them in your graveyard. Now you cannot special summon monsters except for Spiritual Beast monsters for the rest of this turn, but that's fine because we only play them anyway. And then for the Floodgate, Macros Cosmos, because you like stuff banished and your opponent does not. It's as simple as that. Now let's move on to the extra deck. Starting off with our extra deck, we have our Ritual Beast Ulti Apelio. Now I'm going to mention this at the start. All of these cards are special summoned by banishing 1 Ritual Beast Tama and 1 Spiritual Beast monster you control. This gets special summoned immediately after, and all of them have the effect where during either player's turn you can return this card to the extra deck to special summon 1 Ritual Beast Tama and 1 Spiritual Beast monster from your banished. So you can avoid targeting that way. Apart from that, the effects are not really that great. Remember, it's a tier 2 deck at best. So Ulti Apelio is he's pretty trash, to be honest. If he attacks, he's unaffected by other card effects. That includes your own. So if you use Apelio to boost your monsters by 500 and then potentially another 500, he will lose this when he attacks, so he's just 2/6. He's not great. Next we have our Ulti Apelio, which again is not that great. You'd expect 200 attack to hit defense to be good, but it is not. He can't be destroyed by card effects, and that is about it. And now we have our Ritual Beast Cannonhawk. I don't know how to explain this effect without getting overly complicated. This card is the glue that holds the entire deck together. Without it, the deck just does not function, but it is a little bit complicated. It was banned for a while, but it is not banned anymore, so we can use this deck, which is great. So I'm going to try my best to explain it without getting too complicated or confused. So his simple effect is you can target 2 of your Ritual Beast cards that are banished, you can return them to the graveyard, and then you can search. Now what you do is when you activate this effect, you can tag out. So you return this to your extra deck, and then you can target one of the special summon monsters that you are going to return to your graveyard and special summon it, and then as long as one of them is added back to your graveyard, you can still search. So you can abuse that effect a lot by special summoning from your banish and then returning 1 and then contact fusing back into him, again selecting 2 cards to return to your graveyard and then tagging out, selecting only one of the cards that is to be returned to your graveyard and special summon it instead of it being returned, and then you can search again. It's a really strong card. I don't want to go over and explain it too much because I think I'll confuse myself and I will most definitely confuse you. Next is our Ritual Beast ulti Gaia. Gaia Pelio is technically our boss monster. He has 3-2 attack, so he is really strong to start off with. Now it's important to know, if you summon him the correct way, which is using a Ritual Beast ulti monster, a Spiritual Beast monster, and a Tama monster, he gains the effect where he can banish one Ritual Beast from your hand, negate the activation of any card and destroy it. It's not once per chain and it's not once per turn, so you can keep doing it as long as you have monsters in your hand. Now it's important to know, if you special summon him using Bond or if you special summon him using Winder, he will not gain that effect, but again he is 3-2 attack. If I did have more than one, I would actually pay more than one, because there's been a lot of duels where it's came up that I could special summon him just as a beat stick off a Winder or Bond, but well, I don't have to and I don't want to spend UR points on this trash deck, so let's just jump into the games. Okay, so we are hopping into our third duel. So the first duel was very boring, but I did win, and the second duel, well, you can see in this flashback.
End of flashback.
It was terrible. Okay, so we're going first here, which is what we want to see. Okay, we did get a semi-okay hand, nothing incredible, but it is semi-okay. We're just going to start off by setting our Winder. I would like to do more combos, and I'm going to be honest, I probably should have done something a lot better, but it's too late now. We just have to end our turn and hope our opponent does not OTK us. Nope, our opponent also sets one and activates a Gradle Imp. You can add one Gradle card from your deck to your hand. Yeah, I'm going to negate this. Next turn we can Lightning Storm, so we're going to do that straight away. Okay, we did get an Apelio, good card, so we're going to Lightning Storm straight away. Bye bye back row. Man, what a sick effect. Called by the Grave, okay. So we're going to flip summon, surprise, it's Spiritual Beasts. The guy's clearly scared right now. We're going to activate our Gold Sock and we're going to send away our Kanahawk. And then we're going to normal summon our Elder. He's going to give us our additional normal summon, which we will use straight away. We don't have any Ritual Beasts to banish, but that's okay. We're going to special summon our Kanahawk using our Elder and our Ritual Beast Winder. Now we're going to return our Kanahawk and our Spiritual Beast Wen. And then we're going to tag out and we're going to special summon them. Now we're going to chain Kanahawk's effect and we're going to special summon the Kanahawk and the Elder. Now we're going to search a card and then we're going to use our Apelio to banish the card that we just returned to grave. I'll search our Ritual Beast Steeds and then we're going to use our Apelio, we're going to banish the card, and then we're going to use our Kanahawk effect and we're going to send another Tama monster. We're going to send Wen. Now this time we're going to use Kanahawk, we're going to send our Apelio and then our Tama Elder. Then we're going to do the same thing. We're going to return 2 of them and then we're going to tag out and special summon one of them that we returned. So 1 and 2. We're going to chain the effect and we're going to special summon our Apelio and our this one. I get so confused with these names. And then we're going to return 1 to grave. And then we're going to add our Ritual Beast Ambush. So this is going to set us up for next turn. We're going to of course use our Apelio, so we're going to banish our Elder. Now we can special summon an actual card to do damage, which is our ulti Apelio. Now we can go into our battle phase and we can attack his face down. Now all Apelio will be unaffected by everything, so he'll go back down to 6. But if I'm not mistaken, these cards can gain control of your monster. Yeah, it's unaffected, buddy. Nope, it's not unaffected. Oh my god. It seems that I made a big misplay doing that. Okay, so we're going to set these 2. It is fine. We can ambush and then we can steeds. So our opponent is going to draw a card. He's going to set a card. Straight into battle phase, huh? Okay, so we're going to activate our steeds first. And then we're going to activate our ambush. We're going to special summon our Kanahawk and our Wen. And then of course we're going to destroy our Apelio. And then nothing else. Feels like a waste of cards. Okay, our opponent summons our Sphinx. I am going to activate this straight away in case he does something to destroy it. We're going to banish our Apelio to gain a juicy attack and defense. I don't really know why our opponent did that, to be honest. My turn. Draw. Okay, that's actually a decent draw. So we're going to activate our Kanahawk's effect and then we of course are going to banish our Rapengu. And then we're going to go into our ulti Kanahawk in attack position. Okay, we're going to activate Kanahawk's effect. We are going to target the ulti Gaia Apelio and then our Kanahawk, and then we're going to chain summon our ulti no, summon our Apelio, and then return the ulti Guy Apelio back to the deck. I hope you're not getting too confused because I already feel like I'm confused. Okay, now we get a nice search. Of course, going to search for our steeds, and then we're going to activate our Cannon Hawk effect. Now we're going to banish another one. So a name that we don't already have, we can go for Petalfin. Petalfin's a good choice. Let's go Petalfin. We already have 2 of the Tama monsters, which will be the Tama Elder and Tama Wen, and then of course we can special summon the Petalfin or the Rampengu. So we're going to attempt to do this again. I'm going to special summon the Rampengu. So activate, return 2 cards. So one of them we can return our Cannon Hawk because he's already been special summoned, and then our Rampengu because we are going to special summon him. So we're going to target the Rampengu, and then we'll go for Elder in defensive positions. Now our Cannon Hawk gets returned to the grave, and then we can add we're going to add our ambush, and then we're going to activate our Rampengu effect. We're going to send the ulti Guy Apelio, and then we're going to send Apelio to the grave. That's going to let us normal summon our Lara. Lara's going to let us special summon our ulti Apelio, sorry, our normal Apelio, and then we're going to activate his effect straight away. We're going to banish, we'll go for Cannon Hawk. Now, okay, so this is going to get a bit interesting. So we're going to special summon our Cannon Hawk. We're going to banish this, and we're going to banish this in attack position, of course. Now we're going to return 2 cards. This time we're not going to tag out. I think we should just go into ulti Guy Apelio, and then we have 4 negates on board. We're going to return these 2. Nope, we don't want to chain it out. Okay, now I think we should go with, we're going to go with our Ritual Beast Bond for variety, of course. Okay, now we're going to special summon our ulti Guy Apelio, and then if we get Kaiju, we're going to cry like a little girl. So now we have a 3/7 attack that has 4 negates. Okay, very nice. So we're going to set our ambush. We're going to keep our steeds in our hand because we want banish fodder for our ulti Guy Apelio. And then we're going to end there. And then if we do end up taking a loss with our ulti Guy Apelio, we can use our ambush to resummon our banished cards. Of course we get Kaiju. Oh my god. I feel like this was just unfortunate. But that is okay. We can still win this, I think. Yep, our opponent is going off on combos. Don't really know what he's doing, but he seems to have just went like -10 doing that. All to special summon a worm and then yeah, okay. So he gets to take control of the Kaiju and attack. That's okay. A whopping 3k to the face. So on the end phase, we're going to activate our ambush. Again, we can only special summon these once per turn, so we would like to do this on his end phase. Let's go with our Winder. You really be taking control of my cards like that, huh? Okay, draw a gold sock effect is activating. Okay, let's activate our Win the Wind channeler. We're going to search for a win. Then we can activate our Cannon Hawk. We're going to send, let's send this Zephyra, whatever that card name is. Okay, now we're going to normal summon our Win. We're going to activate a Win's effect. Fine, we'll go for Rampengu. So at this moment in time, I kind of messed up because I only have one Guy Apelio, our ulti Guy Apelio, and that is the only card that has the attack to get over this Kaiju. That's okay, we'll just use our steeds. So we're gonna go back into our plays with our Wen. Okay, so we're going to summon our Cannon Hawk. I'm going to use the effect to return 2 to search. Okay, so we'll return our Cannon Hawk, and then we're also going to return the Cannon Hawk quick effect chain, and then we're going to special summon our Cannon Hawk again, and then any of these Wen monsters. Let's go with the Wen, and now we get to search any card we like, and let's just go for another steeds. I honestly can't do too much at this point. I just need to end turn and then use steeds to destroy his board, and then we're going to go back into Cannon Hawk. We can we're going to keep the Rampengu because it has the attack to get over our Wen. Okay, we're going to activate the Cannon Hawk. We're going to return 2 and then special summon the same 2. So let's go for Cannon Hawk can be returned and the Wen can be returned. Okay, so we're going to go with our Winder and our Petalfin. Everyone likes the dolphin. I'm just kidding, everyone hates the dolphin. It's the worst card in the deck. Okay, so now we're going to search for our, let's go for Ritual Beast Return. Okay, now we're going to special summon into our ulti Apelio, and this is going to allow us to attack over our own monster, of course. So let's go into battle phase. Sadly, I only get this effect if it's destroyed in my possession, so I don't get to summon the monster from the extra deck. And then we're just going to main phase 2. We're going to set 2. So we're going to set 3 and then we're going to end phase. And then I would like to change my thing to on, but I don't really know how to do that. I wanted to tag out a long time ago in case he kaiju'd me, but that's okay. So we're going to go for Wenda, and then we're going to go for Wen, and then we're going to activate our states. So we're going to destroy the Yugioh. And then we get the special summon or 2. Set 1, pass. Nope, our opponent scoops. GG's.